Pop quiz. What's the one decision in home buying that could save you thousands or cost you dearly over the next 20 years? It's choosing which bank to get your home loan from. Mr. Car, everyone, I'm Georgina, a qualified loan expert and co-founder of Estra Finance, a mortgage brokerage here in the Philippines. We create these videos to ensure Filipinos are equipped to make the most informed financial decisions and help turn their dreams into a reality. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to pick the best bank for your home loan. It's not just about low interest rates, you know. You also want a bank that treats you well and doesn't hide their fees. So whether you're buying a house for the first time or if you've done this before, we've got some great information for you. Ready to make a smart choice that could save you a lot of headaches down the line? Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Simulan na natin. Alright, let's dive into the first big topic, interest rates. If there's one thing you can't ignore when picking a bank for your home loan, it's this. Your first question should be, does this bank offer better rates than others, or are they at least competitive? And here's something you might not realize. Even a tiny difference in interest rates can make a huge difference over the 10 or 20 years you'll be paying off your mortgage. So it's essential to shop around and compare. So how can you shop around? You've got a few options. Number one, going online. The internet is your friend here. Most banks post their home loan rates online, so you can easily compare from the comfort of your home. Number two, visit branches. If you're the type who prefers a face-to-face chat, feel free to drop by your local bank branches. Sometimes speaking directly to a bank rep can give you extra insights that you won't find online. And number three, via Estra Finance. And for those of you who want to skip the legwork and get straight to the best deals, we've got you covered. At Estra Finance, we sift through all the rates and the details for you. We'll tell you which banks are offering the best interest rates and why they might be a good fit for you. Most importantly, we'll be able to tell you if you'll actually get approved for the bank you prefer. Okay, we've talked about how crucial it is to shop around for the best rates. Now let's get into another big decision you'll have to make. Should you go for a fixed or a variable interest rate? Believe me, this can make a huge difference in how much you end up paying. So let's break it down. What exactly are fixed and variable rates? Fixed rate. When you choose a fixed rate, your interest rate stays the same for a certain period of time. Minimum 1 year, usually 5 years, sometimes even longer. That means your monthly payments are predictable. You don't have to worry about them going up or down, they're locked in. Variable rate. With a variable rate, your interest rate changes, usually every year based on market conditions. That means your payments can go up or down each year depending on how the interest rates are moving. Now, what are the pros and the cons of each of these? Fixed rate pros and cons. The upside is stability. You know exactly how much you'll pay every month, making budgeting way easier. But there is a trade-off. The longer you fix your rate, the higher it's likely to be. Once your fixed term is over, you can usually negotiate with the bank to have another fixed term. However, this is up to the bank and it will usually come with a fee. So you'll have to decide if that stability is worth a potentially higher rate. And variable rate pros and cons. On the flip side, a variable rate could save you money if interest rates go down. But remember, it's a gamble because your rate could also go up, changing your payments every year. It's pretty normal for borrowers to lock in a fixed rate period to begin with before switching to a variable rate. But as the recent pandemic has shown us, rates are unpredictable. Do your research online to see what the market trends are. Ask the bank what their rates are expected to jump to over the next few years and weigh up the costs for yourself. Do you want to know exactly how much you're paying, or are you willing to risk it to save some cash? Loan term options. This isn't just about how long you'll be paying off your loan. It's about fitting that loan into your life and your budget. Now, here's something you might not know. Not all banks offer the same loan terms. Some might give you options for 15, 20, or 25 years, but others might have different ranges. Plus, and this is crucial, the terms can also vary depending on whether you're buying from an accredited developer or going through a non-accredited developer or a private seller. So why should you care about loan terms? A longer term, like 25 years, means smaller monthly payments, but you'll pay more in interest over the long run. A shorter term, like 10 years, means bigger monthly payments, but you'll save on interest in the long haul. Though, when you're speaking to banks, make sure to ask them about their loan term options and the interest rates for each. Check if they have different terms for accredited versus non-accredited developers or private sellers. You might find that a longer term with more manageable monthly payments suits your lifestyle, even if it means shelling out more in interest over time. Maybe you're all about saving on interest and can handle bigger monthly payments. That's up to you to decide. What's really important to note here is that your loan term is affected by how old you are. Banks won't let you get a loan if you're going to be older than 65 by the time it's paid off. So if you're already 50, it's likely you won't get approved for a loan term longer than 15 years. Therefore, the younger you are, the better it is to get a loan. Can you get approved with this bank? Okay, let's switch gears a bit. We've talked about interest rates and loan terms, but there's another huge question to tackle. Will the bank actually approve your loan? I mean, there's no point in fantasizing about a dream house if the bank's going to give you the cold shoulder, right? Here's the deal. Different banks, different lending criteria. criteria. For example, total debt ratios. Some banks cap your total debt ratio at 40%, while others might go up to 50 or 60%. So if you have other loans or debts, this could be a deciding factor for you. Your occupation. Believe it or not, your job matters. Some banks are cool with virtual assistants and casino workers and police officers, and others are not so much. Employment length. Some banks want to see you employed for 2 years straight, and others might be more lenient on that. Knowing these lending criteria is super important. It helps you figure out which banks are likely to give you the green light. So don't waste your time, or worse, your hard-earned money, applying to banks that just won't approve you. Now, I get it. Navigating through all these lending criteria can feel like a maze. And to make matters more complicated, some banks keep their criteria hush-hush or make it super vague. But here's some good news, and sorry for the second plug, Estra Finance is here to help. We've got the inside scoop on various lending criteria, and we keep ourselves updated to help you find a bank that's a good match for you. How long is their approval process? Let's talk about something else that's super crucial: timing. I mean, what's the use of finding a bank the best rates and terms if they take ages to approve your loan? If you're in a hurry, like maybe you've got your eye on a hot property or you just can't wait to move, then the speed of the lender matters big time. So here's what you should do. Ask the bank. Don't beat around the bush. Straight up ask how long it will take to get your loan approved. Banks usually have an average time frame that they can share with you. Match it with your timeline. Do you have a specific move-in date in mind? Compare the bank's estimated approval time with your personal timeline. If they don't align, you might want to look elsewhere. If possible, apply early. You don't want to lose your dream home just because you weren't organised. You can start hunting for the perfect home loan as early as you want, but if you leave applying to the last minute, you'll only hurt yourself. Ask your preferred bank when they would prefer you to apply, and ask them how long their approval is valid for. They usually have a little bit of wiggle room for you to secure a home. So basically, getting a clear answer on a bank's loan approval time can save you a lot of stress later on. Down payment. Alright, so we've talked about interest rates, loan terms, lending criteria, and the bank's processing time. But there's another big player in the home loan game, and that's the down payment. Let's dive a bit deeper into why this is a game changer for many people. Affordability. This is where your budget really comes into play. Some banks might be super flexible and only ask for a 10% down payment, but others might require you to shell out 20% upfront. Now that could be tens of thousands of pesos in difference, and it's money you'll need available right away. If you can't manage a high down payment, some banks just won't be an option for you. Future budget and life goals. Okay, think long term for a second. Are you planning to start a family soon? Maybe you're considering going back to school or launching your own business. A hefty down payment could put a serious dent in those plans by tying up a lot of your available funds. So it's not just about what you can afford now, but also how this down payment fits into your life for years to come. So what should you do? Ask directly. When you're in talks with a bank, get straight to the point. Ask them, what's the minimum down payment required? This is not a minor detail. It's a make or break factor in your decision. Do the math. Take some time to look at your finances. Can you afford the down payment and still live comfortably? Will you still have an emergency fund left over? And most importantly, does it align with your other financial goals? So those are my down payment tips. Remember, the down payment isn't just your ticket into the homeowners club. It's a financial move that impacts your life in various ways. So treat it with the seriousness it deserves. Do they price match? Alright, let's talk about a secret weapon in the home loan game: rate matching. Yes, you heard that right. Say you've got your eye on Bank A because they have incredible customer service, or maybe their branch is just around the corner from your house. But oh no, Bank B has some beef with interest rates. What do you do? Ask Bank A if they'll match Bank B's interest rate. A lot of banks actually offer this, where they'll match or even beat a competitor's interest rate to win your business. Unfortunately, there is a catch. There's usually a limit to how low they can go to match another bank's rates. So don't expect them to slash their rates in half, but a small percentage point here or there can make a massive difference over the life of your loan. So how do you go about doing this? Be transparent. Just be upfront. Tell them you love what they offer, but you found a better rate elsewhere, and ask if they can match it. This could be a fantastic way to marry the best of both worlds. Get the bank you want at the rate you love. Does the bank have special promos on? Let's talk about something super exciting: special promos. Who doesn't love a good deal, right? But when it comes to home loans, some banks roll out special promotions that can save you some serious cash. For example, just this year, in 2023, Metro Bank recently had this killer promo where they waived fees up to 50,000 pesos in home loan fees. fees. We're talking about big ticket stuff here, like mortgage registration, documentary stamp tax, and notarization fees. That's not spare change. That is a chunk of money you get to keep in your pocket. So how can you make the most of this? Do your research. Keep an eye out on bank websites, social media, or even ask directly when you visit a bank when their next promos are. Ask explicitly. Don't be shy. When you're talking to a bank, ask if they have any ongoing or upcoming promos. Sometimes these deals aren't advertised prominently, so it never hurts to ask. It could be your ticket to some major savings on your home loan. And let's be real, who couldn't use a little extra cash? Daily balance discount. Next, I want to talk about a hidden gem that could save you money. Having a healthy daily balance with a bank. Yes, it's a bit of a mouthful, but it's simpler than it sounds. Some banks will actually lower your home loan interest rate if you've been keeping a nice lump daily balance with them in a term deposit account. Imagine that, right? Being rewarded just for saving your own money. So what are the steps to cash in on this? You have to speak up. Banks aren't going to put this offer on a billboard. It's on you to bring it up. So while discussing your home loan, ask them if they give interest rate discounts if you've been keeping a good chunk of money in your account. Ask how much you need in the account to snag that discount, and ask how much the rate cut could actually be. Your relationship with the bank. Alright folks, we've covered a lot of ground so far, but don't go anywhere because this next part is super important. We're talking about your relationship with your bank. And no, I don't mean whether you send your bank flowers on Valentine's Day or not. I'm talking about how you've been handling your credit cards, loans, and even your checking account. How you've been doing matters. Look, if you've been the model customer, always paying your credit card in full, not overdrawing your account, and definitely no bouncing checks, then your bank's likely to be your bestie when you apply for a home loan. They might be more lenient on you when it comes to approving your loan. But there's also a flip side. If you've had, let's say, a couple of mistakes like overdrafts, or you've even had a card cancelled, brace yourself. Your bank might just hit the reject button on your application, no questions asked. Your past behavior is like your credit report card, and trust me, banks pay attention. So think of it this way. Your history with the bank can either be your golden ticket or your Achilles heel when it comes to landing that home loan. So make sure you take this into consideration when picking a bank. Great, let's move on to the next big thing you need to know about. Customer service. This is my last point, but it's a big one. Remember, you're not just choosing a bank for a one-time deal. You're entering into a long-term relationship that could span over 20 years. It's not just a nice to have to like your bank. It's essential. You're going to have questions, face challenges, maybe even hit some snags along the way. You'll want a bank that's not just responsive, but downright friendly and helpful through it all. 20 years is a long time to be stuck with a bank that treats you like you're another number. So make sure you actually like the people you'll be dealing with. It'll make your whole home owning journey a lot smoother and way more enjoyable. Okay, everyone, from interest rates to down payments and even special promos, we've covered all the angles you need to consider when choosing the perfect mortgage lender. Remember, the right choice can save you a lot of time, stress, and money in the long run. And as always, if you want to skip the hassle, use Estra Finance. If you're looking for some expert guidance from before you start buying your home, to getting your loan approved, to refinancing your home to get a second one, we're here to help. So check out our website and jump on our list using the link below. And if you're in the real estate industry and you've got clients who could use a loan specialist, we'd love to work with you to help your clients find the best financing for their situation. Estra Finance has a great referral program with uncapped commissions, so please sign up to our referral program using the link below. That's a wrap on that. Please show your support with a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Ingat!